In the tranquil countryside of Hertfordshire, England, where young ladies spent their youth seeking a suitable husband, Elizabeth Bennet stood out like a wildflower, full of thorns and personality. Unlike her sister Jane, who possessed the kind of beauty that turned heads, Elizabeth had keen eyes and sharp intellect, traits that both intimidated and drew admiration from men. Fate orchestrated their first meeting in the loud ballroom where Fitzwilliam Darcy, a wealthy gentleman with a large estate and handsome demeanor, showed up with an aloof arrogance. At the very first glance, a frosty wall seemed to rise between them. Darcy, with his upper-class pride, refused to dance and made a caustic remark that Elizabeth was tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me. This unkind judgment reached Elizabeth's ears and sowed deep resentment within her heart. For her, Darcy was nothing but an arrogant, conceited man worthy of disdain. She utilized her wit to mock him and allowed her prejudice to rule her judgment, believing that a man like him could never have a warm heart. However, love is a mischievous instigator. Elizabeth's indifference and intelligence began to crumble Darcy's towering pride. While he was often surrounded by flattering ladies, he found himself genuinely attracted to this woman who dared to meet his eyes defiantly. He wrestled with his emotions as his affection grew, battling the logic of their social disparity and the inferior standing of her family. The more he tried to suppress his feelings, the more fiercely his love burned. The peak of their conflict erupted during a stormy afternoon at Hunsford Estate. Unable to contain his emotions, Darcy confessed his feelings and proposed to Elizabeth. Yet, the proposal was clumsy and hurtful, as he admitted his love, in spite of her family's low standing and against his better judgment. Elizabeth, fierce in her pride and still believing derogatory accusations against Darcy's cruelty, refused him with sharp words, declaring him the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry. There they stood, two souls torn by pride and prejudice, driving each other away in pain. After the rain, the sky cleared as Darcy's lengthy letter unveiled the truth, removing the wrongful misunderstandings Elizabeth held against him. She was startled to find, behind that cold exterior, lay a noble heart that silently protected her sister and helped her family manage scandalous troubles. Her prejudices shattered, making way for regret and a budding tardy affection. Elizabeth realized she let her pride blind her reason, almost losing the most deserving man. Destiny smiled again as they met at the majestic Pemberley estate. This time, there were no sneers, no sarcasm, only two hearts matured from their trials. Darcy learned humility and gentleness, while Elizabeth learned to see beyond superficial judgments. As they strolled under the early sunlight, another proposal was uttered, not with the harshness of before, but sincerely and warmly. You have been too generous to trifle with me. If your feelings are still what they were last April, let me know at once. My affections and wishes are unchanged. Elizabeth's assent sealed the arduous journey of pride crushed and prejudice dissolved, paving the way for fulfillment. They united not just with fervent love, but with profound respect and understanding, proving that true happiness is attainable only when one lets go of a larger-than-life ego. If you enjoy this tale of growth and intelligent love, feel free to like and subscribe to explore more fantastic love stories in future videos. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.